We also decided that one of the things that we're pushing is exercise and movement. So we would like you to stand up after every speaker and give them instant gratification and a standing applause. Okay?
I'm like Charlene, well done.
Thank you, thank you. All right. We wanted to let you know a little bit about how HBR started and what's our mission and who we are and how we're trying to get this movement forward. This started initially from a health session that I organized for USGBC Federal Summit 3 years ago. Charles was in the audience and said, let's do something. So here we are. So what we're advocating is a paradigm shift in our attitudes. We want to look at buildings holistically. They are systems. People are part of the systems. So we need to design the building for the whole person. This means that we want to design the building for health, not energy, not light, not for any single thing, but what are the things that contribute to health? So to me, it's analogous between indoor air quality and indoor environmental quality. Indoor environmental quality brings in some of the soft things as well as the pollutants. So we're trying to expand to a larger area. So if you need an economic reason for this, people are our most expensive things in the building. It is not energy. Most large facilities spend less than 2% of their budget on energy, but their salaries are extremely expensive. We spend a tremendous amount of money on healthcare costs, and a lot of these healthcare costs are caused by poor exposures, things that are going in the building. I am short. I cannot convince Georgia Tech to give me a desk. That is short. So I actually, to be able to have my feet on the floor at all in the desk that they did give me, I pile things up to put my feet on. That's stupid. I mean, it's a very simple fix. Okay, so our challenges are, how do we achieve energy efficiency? Energy efficiency is very important, but we have to do it and have a healthy environment at the same time. To me, the biggest issue that we have to solve immediately is how do we measure health? Right now, we do it primarily by absenteeism, and I don't know about you all, but everyone I know takes at least a few days for mental health that has nothing to do with I'm sick. We have to come up with sustainable strategies, and we have to really understand what's the interface between productivity and health. We need to fill these knowledge gaps. Most of the data we have right now is really anecdotal. It is not causal data. We need to move towards causal data. And I hope that we're going to hear a lot today. How do we justify this? Especially since most of our buildings are spec buildings. In the government, they're not, but outside of the government, they're spec buildings. They don't know who's going in there. How can the builder justify this greater expense? And then the biggest issue, which I know one of my speakers is going to talk about, how do we communicate? We have developed a language to communicate energy efficiency, but we have not developed a language to communicate to the poor person putting the building up on how this is going to affect health. So this gives us our challenges. We need cross-disciplinary research, transdisciplinary, as Whitney likes to say. We need clusters of health studies. We were talking a lot about that last night. We need to understand the economic consequences. So there are a lot of parameters in the building that affect health. These are just a few of them. I think one of the really important things is you need to understand is stress. There are a number of guidelines. Most of these guidelines do not address health at all, especially ASHRAE. ASHRAE will tell you not immediately that they totally ignore health. They do not intend to work on health. I am an ASHRAE officer, and I am in their face all the time about it, and they shoot me down. I will probably never win that argument. So HiBR is born. So we can bring in all these disciplines and take care of this and start looking at all the different things that impact our health and how we can. Jane Ward, who you'll hear in a little while, made the statement, what we need is a building that's like it doesn't have walls. Now Whitney's going to talk.